Hello syntax lover. In today's video, we will start discussing about class and object. We will also see the concept of method within the class, and we will come across different types of variables that a program can have. So, like all other video, I will be providing you a link at the description below where you will find some of the key questions that can be associated for the chapter called Elementary Concept of Classes and Object. These are the questions which are very relevant to the program which I'm going to discuss now. So let me minimize this and let me come to our BlueJ, and here I have written one small program. So let me open the program, and here it is. So if you see the program, you will find that there is a class that I have given by the name called circle, and inside this class there are a couple of variables and there are two functions as well, out of which we have used the function called public static void main. Well, previously all other videos you have seen I have not used this particular function, but in this particular chapter we need to make use of this function because you need to understand the difference between using the main function and using a program without a main function, because in this program I'm also going to create the concept of object. So how this program is going to execute? So for that reason, let me compile this program first, and I did compile it and there is no syntax error. So now let me right click over here. See, you have a method called void main, and within this method if you click it, you get a dialog box where an instance is getting created, and you just click the OK button. Immediately you will find the program is getting fired and you are seeing an output. Don't worry about the output, just see the difference of execution. In the previous programs, okay, you will find I have to create one instance. The instance name used to come over here, and from that instance I have to select the method which I want to run. But in this case that is not what is required. See, I do also have a method called circle, but this is not just a method, it's a new keyword is there, so it has a special meaning, and that is called constructor, which is there in your class 10. A separate chapter is there in regard to constructor. But in this program, since we have got main method which is actually the starting point of a program, so if you are writing a main, there from the program execution starts. So if you click the main, a simple dialog box will come. See over here it is saying circle, the name of the class is giving a call to the main function, and you just click the OK button, your program gets fired and you will be able to see the output. Well, what I will do is that I will provide you the I button link at the top, where you will find that how in case of previous program where there is no main function need to be executed, and then you will be able to differentiate it more better way. So now let's come to this particular function. I mean to say the program, and see how the program is working. So over here I have a function called area, and I have my main method, and there are few variables. Couple of variables I have declared inside the class itself, and there is a variable which I have declared inside the function, and I have declared object over here also inside the main method. So to explain the entire program, I will also open my the question set which I have written, and here if you see how these questions are relevant with the program. The first question is explain the use of new keyword in Java. So what does that mean? That means is if you come to the program, here you will find that I have used the keyword new. Okay, so why do we need to use the keyword new? What is the relevant of that? The new keyword is used to create an object, and that is what the chapter is all about. So when you need to create an object in Java, you have to use the new keyword, and what basically it does is it allocates memory to the object. So if the new keyword was not there, then the object creation process will not be completed. So whenever you are creating an object, you have to use the new keyword. So this line which I have written over here, I have broken it in two parts. You can also write something like circle obj equals to new circle brace open brace close. That also can be written, or otherwise you can create it, you can split the line in two half. Fine. So here we are creating the object with the help of the new keyword. Now once the object is created, then what this object is capable of? This object is holding the entire information of the circle class. This object which you have created is actually holding the entire information of the circle class. Why? Because see, you have written over here obj equals to new circle. So circle means this entire class. So everything that is there inside the class is there within this object. So you can say it's more like a blueprint for this entire class. So what this class consists of? It consists of the following variables. It consists of the method. So everything is there inside the object. So the object is capable of accessing all these things that is there in the circle. This is the most important point. We need to create an object because we have to access all the methods. Who are the members? These are the members, data members, and this is the method. So this has to be accessed with the help of an object. And how do you do that? With the help of a dot operator. So in this line what we are doing, we are writing obj dot the name of the method. So we can say in the comment line, the object is invoking the method. It is invoking the method. So when the object is invoking the method, we need to make use of the dot operator, and that's what brings us to the next question. Explain the use of dot operator in Java. The dot operator is also known as separator or period, used to separate a variable or method from a reference variable. Okay, so with the help of an object, with the help of the dot operator, we will be able to access the variables. We will be able to access the method that is there inside the class. So if you see this again, there are two things are there. Here we have a variable, here we have a function. So with the help of this dot operator, for the time being we are accessing the function. We can also access variables as well, that I will show you in the coming video when I will be making a static variable, a class type variable I will be making, and then we will be using this dot operator. At least for in this program, try to understand with the help of this dot operator, this object is calling the function, the method. That is what it's saying. So if you notice this line, it is also used with object to call instance variable. So which are the instance variable? These are the instance variable. Okay, so there are two type of variables. One is called static variable, the other one is called non-static variable. So the instance variable basically the non-static variable. So these are the non-static variables, and we can also call the static variables, that I will show you in a separate program. So using the dot operator, we can access variables, we can access methods. Okay, so that is what the relevant of dot operator. So on the left hand side there will be the object name, on the right hand side there will be the method name, and that's how the dot operator comes. Or you can call it also as a separator, because it is separating between the object name and the variable name. And again, getting back to the variables, there are different type of variables, out of which in this program we are working on the instance variable. See, I've written over here in the comment line instance variable. So as you can see in this particular statement, we have created an object. So that's the reason this object can be created with the help of the class. So very often this question comes up, why a class is called a factory of objects? It is so because the class is what making the object. If the class is not there, then obviously the object cannot be there. So the class is getting formed because if the class is not there, then definitely the object won't be coming in picture. That's the reason we call it as a object maker. And what this object will be able to do, it will be able to access everything that is there in the class. It contains all the statement needed to create an object. Obviously you saw that. See over here, this statement, these two statements which I have written will be the one responsible for creating the object, and it will be able to perform all the operation that is present inside the class itself. So that's the reason this question is very important. A class is called a factory of objects. And as I already said that there are two type of variables, at least in this program is considered. One is called instance variable, the other one is called local variable. In my next program I will show you about the static variable as well. Then you can differentiate between instance variable and the static variable. So there is also something called local variable. See, the local variable is a variable that is defined inside a function. A local variable is such a variable which is declared within the method itself, and the method alone can access that variable. You cannot access this variable outside from this method. If the control is within this method, then only it can be accessible. I will explain you this portion, but let me just define this question. An instance variable is any variable of a class declared without the static modifier. So if you see these two variables, they are referred as instance variable because you are declaring them inside the class and they don't have any keyword called static. So we call them as instance variable. Now, what is the basic difference between instance variable and the static variable? That we'll understand much better as the next program comes up. But in this regard, let me tell you that instance variable do hold multiple values as you create multiple objects. So let me read this line. This tells the compiler that there are multiple set of values which this variable may have for different objects, because you can create multiple objects. Here I have created one object called obj, so I can create another object. So if I create another object, that object can make use of this variable with some different values. So that means instance variable will be handled by the objects, and each object they may have different values for the instance variable. That also will be very clear as we come up with different programs in my coming days. So just for the time being, let's understand the difference that an instance variable is declared within the class without the static modifier, and the instance variable is capable of holding multiple values in regard to different objects for the given class. Okay. And what about the local variable? A local variable is written within the method. It can be accessed only by that method. No other method can access them. So that means this particular variable is defined within the method area. So the life of this variable or the scope of this variable is restricted within this function only. If there is some other function, that function will not be able to access A, because A is restricted within this method only. Okay, the scope is restricted within this function only. Like over here I can access this method, I mean to say this variable, in multiple method because it's an instance variable. But in case of local variable, it is restricted within the given method. So that is what the difference between instance variable and a local variable. Now let's see what this program is doing and how it is working. So as we saw the execution, as I showed you in the execution, that as I right click over here, I get the main function. When I click the OK button, we get to see the output over here. Now let me put the output right over here, and at the same time let me come up with the program as well. Let me keep both the things side by side. So how is the execution taking place? When you are executing, your main function is coming in picture. Here you are creating the object, and the object is giving call to this method. The control is going right over here, and it has declared a local variable, and inside the local variable I will be assigning some value. But before that, if you see over here, I have got the instance variable radius, and I also have declared another instance variable where I have assigned the value 3.14. Now see over here, I'm using the data type called float. So in my previous videos you have seen I have used the integer type, but if you are going to work on decimal, we need to make use of either float or we can work on double. So this particular program I am using the float. Now whenever you are working on float, you have to use the prefix f after you have written the value. So this f has to be added. This f will signify that you are working on the float data type. Okay, so make sure about this. So in fact I will provide you the I button link in my upcoming video where you will be able to see the different data type as well. Okay, that link will also be provided over here. So if you use F, it symbolizes that you are using float, and if you don't use F, that will symbolize you are using double. So there is a difference between float and double. That's how the compiler will able to understand. Okay, so let's come up with this particular program now. So here I have written the radius and I have assigned a value 2.5. Again, F is this, radius is a float type. And now how I'm calculating, I'm writing P equals to the following value 3.14 comes over here, and radius 2.5 comes over here into 2.5, and that's getting multiplied, and finally the value is getting stored in the local variable A, and that's what we are seeing right over here. So for to calculate this thing, let me bring the calculator as well. So the value of P is 2.5. So let me put the radius, and radius is 3.14. So P is 2.5. That's the value of the P, which over here is, sorry, let me clear this. The P is having 3.14 into 2.5 into 2.5. See, and now we go to equal to, and now see you are getting exactly the same value right over here. So that symbolizes that how the area of a circle is getting calculated. So from this program, what you could understand is how we are creating the object, how the object is invoking the method, what a method can work on, that are instance variable. A method can work with instance variable, a method can work with local variable, a method can perform some calculation, and then a method can perform some display operation, because of which you will see the output coming up. So that is what this program was all about, and in my next program we will deal with the static variable, so that you can find out the difference between different type of variables. Okay, thank you so much.